what this order would do is it would basically protect people who come from states where bans or restrictions on abortion just went into effect, and potentially protect them from prosecution that could happen because of laws that could be passed in those states or laws that might be already on the books, potentially saying that if they go to another state, they could face punishment for seeking an abortion there.
Abortions are still legal in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Democratic Representative Carol Hill Evans sits on the Women's Health Caucus. She said Governor Wolf's order blocking state agencies from assisting with out-of-state investigations into abortion seekers is a good move.
That should not be a crime.
But Hill Evans says executive orders do have limitations. She's sponsoring a bill that would enact similar provisions for Pennsylvania law enforcement and state agencies. Co-sponsor Emily Kincaid says people coming to Pennsylvania for an abortion and those who help them could face legal peril from other states.
I think that it's a little bit of naivety for people to say, it's never going to happen. It's happening already.
The governor's order does have its critics. Michael Geer with the Pennsylvania Family Institute said a provision telling state agencies to consider providing information to the public on procedures like abortion is wrong.
The first step is the state is becoming an agency of the abortion industry to promote abortion and to tell people where they can get them and how much they cost.
Wolf's order also blocks extraditions for people who are coming to Pennsylvania to seek an abortion, as well as people who might assist in that process of the person we were just talking about seeking an abortion. So that order has been put into effect, and again, Democratic lawmakers trying to make similar provisions law. In Harrisburg, Tom Lehman, WGAL News 8.